Hello, I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome. Announced in 2013 via Twitter, before Days of Future Past even hit the theaters, X-Men Apocalypse was released in 2016 as the final film of the First Class trio of films. The film takes place in 1983 and was based off of the 1986 X-Men story, The Fall of the Mutants, and focused on the first mutant, Apocalypse, being resurrected and being unimpressed with the modern civilization, creating his horsemen and aiming to take over the world. The film is once again directed by Bryan Singer and written by Singer and Simon Kinberg. And they wanted to focus on younger versions of Jean and Scott, which made the entire character of Apocalypse a second thought, and we were given a lackluster version of the character. So, let's get this over with. X-Men Apocalypse. We begin in 3600 BCE in Egypt, where the mutant Insaba-Nur is being set up for a mind transfer by his disciples, only for them to have to defend him during the transfer, as people who want him dead attack. His disciples do what they can to ensure his survival, but eventually all of them are killed, putting him in a supposed eternal sleep. In the present of 1983, a young Scott Summers is in class as his eyes begin to hurt. He's excused to the restroom, and a bully traps him in a stall. Unfortunately for the bully, though, Scott's optic blast activates for the first time. I told you it's occupied! I'm trying to poop here! Arrives at a mutant fight club that is showcasing a fight between Angel and Nightcrawler. The two are actually being forced to fight each other, and Raven is there to sabotage the event. And begins doing so by breaking the cage open and saving Nightcrawler. We then head to Poland, where Eric is in hiding, working at a factory, and we see that he has created a family, has father and daughter bond.
Is someone going to take you away?
Never.
And his daughter's gonna die. Calling it now. Alex finds out about Scott's powers and takes him to see Xavier. They bump into Jean, who has a semi-toxic conversation before they meet the professor. Charles and Alex catch up as he shows Scott what it is about his powers and how to use them, setting up a target practice. Scott blows up a tree. At least he hit the tree. That's what's important here. In Cairo, we follow McTaggart, who is looking for a secret tunnel and sneaks her way into it. She finds a group of cultists that are clearly up to something as their chanting awakens Apocalypse. He then uses his powers to break out of his holding cell that collapses the area. This creates a ripple around the world. Eric then is forced to use his powers to save a worker. Magneto blows his cover more than Spider-Man, or Batman, or Superman. Superheroes have terrible identity keeping! Back at the manor, Jean is having nightmare flashes over our villain, and Charles just pushes it off as a dream. But Hank believes it's something else as they use Cerebro to investigate Cairo and find McTaggart has survived, and Charles wants to talk to her. Eric wants to leave to get away, but can't seem to find his daughter.
Nina?
Nina!
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 Nina! Sorry, I wanted to be part of that. Let's go. Nina has actually been taken by a group of men who want to take Eric in, only for Eric to try to cooperate. Once Nina is safe with her mother, however, she starts fighting and wants her father. This activates her power of animal talking, and the birds freak out, attacking them, causing the guy with the bow to shoot Nina. Eric uses his coin to kill the group and grieves. Back in Cairo, Apocalypse stops Storm from being attacked. Charles and Alex go to talk to Moriah, and she gives them information on the cults for Apocalypse, including the Four Horsemen.
We would imbue with powers.
Like the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
He said it!
Storm brings Apocalypse to her home, and he uses his powers to drain all of the information needed through the TV. He believes the world has lost its way and offers more power to Storm, making her the first horseman. Raven takes to Caliban for safe passage for Nightcrawler, and Caliban lets her know what's going on with Eric. Hank gives Scott the ruby glasses to help control his blast, as him and Jean get to know each other. Raven shows up to see Charles, as Apocalypse also goes to Caliban, looking for mutants that are super powerful. Psylocke defends Caliban, but Apocalypse gives her the option of power. Nightcrawler then meets Scott.
Really excited to see your culture. Well, you're not going to see it here. The only thing American about this place is that it used to be British.
That was funny. Scott wants to go out to show Nightcrawler a mall, as Apocalypse finds Angel and painfully repairs his wings, turning him into Archangel, the third horseman. Hank then tries to convince Raven to stay and remake the X-Men. Eric wants to get revenge, heading to his work, but Apocalypse appears and takes the revenge away from him. Apocalypse brings Eric to where he was kept during the Holocaust. Apocalypse promises the power he needs to get the revenge he seeks, showcasing how powerful Magneto can be. Peter sees his father on the TV, and he wants to go after him. The kids then get out of the movie theater.
Most sophisticated, wasn't afraid to have a dark ending.
Yeah, but come on, if it wasn't for the first one, you wouldn't have any of the rest of the movies.
Well, at least we can all agree the third one's always the worst.
Wait till they get to the shitty prequels and shitty sequels. They'll be glad for the third one. Charles and Raven have a rough discussion on how they should handle things, but she asks for help in finding Eric. However, once they find him, Apocalypse hijacks Cerebro through a psychic link. Charles can't handle the power as Apocalypse takes control of the world, and humans pull a Superman 4, launching the world's nuclear weapons into space. Havoc helps destroy Cerebro. Apocalypse teleports into the manor, and Havoc attacks without thinking after Charles is kidnapped. We then get one of the best scenes in the movie as Quicksilver takes center stage yet again, and he goes room to room saving everyone to the song of Sweet Dreams. And I don't think I need to explain how good the scene is. However, we soon find out that Alex didn't survive. The Flash would have saved them. I said what I said. While Scott grieves, Stryker and the military appear to come help. But it's a clear abduction. Scott, Jean, and Kurt become stowaways as Scott lets his feelings out. Charles then pleads with Eric while Stryker demands to know what Charles is. Apocalypse then demands Charles to deliver a psychic message to the world. Peter asks Raven questions about his father.
Daddy wasn't there.
Charles begins Apocalypse's mental message, but hiding a message to Jean to help them locate him. The trio look around the facility, finding Wolverine, who murders all the guards before running off, once Jean calms him down.
Well, that's the last we've seen of that guy.
Too bad you will! If this weird continuity that has no linear path still happens. The two groups find each other to escape as Apocalypse alters the city into his personal image. The group find an escape as Charles learns he was picked for a mind transfer. Raven tries to ease the minds of the group as they remind her she is just as important, and Eric begins attacking the world's metal as the world experiences it firsthand. The X-Men arrive and make their plans as Raven embraces her real self.
Then don't. You need to embrace them. We all do.
It's so beautiful. I'm bored. Can we move on to something else? The Horsemen are sent out to defend Apocalypse as the transfer begins, and Angel heads after Nightcrawler while Storm attacks the rest of the group. Psylocke then makes her awesome entrance. I give it 10 for style. This movie's boring. The fight begins as the X-Men are forced to separate, and Mystique does what she can to remind Magneto that he's not as alone as he feels. Once Nightcrawler knocks out Angel, he teleports to grab Charles and the rest one by one. However, once Angel comes to, he helps Psylocke on the plane, forcing Nightcrawler to use his powers in order to save everyone as the plane crashes. Eric shows himself to be contemplating everything as Apocalypse begins a mental fight with Charles and a physical one with Quicksilver. Raven tries to fool Apocalypse only for her to be choked out, all while Storm looks at pain her hero is enduring. Charles figures out he is still connected to Apocalypse himself.
Thank you for letting me in. Let me in.
The mental fight goes back and forth as Magneto finally does the right thing and begins attacking Apocalypse physically. The heroes save their teammates, with both groups, however, eventually becoming overpowered. But Charles reaches out to Jean, who lets her powers go, embracing the Phoenix inside of her, and all together they finally overcome him, as Storm also helps.
Is revealed.
Charles restores Mariah's memories as the world rejoices, and Eric and Jean put the mansion back together as Storm and Quicksilver decide that they want to stay. Eric and Charles have their typical debate on what they want to do, and the movie ends with Mystique beginning a Danger Room training ceremony. The movie received mixed reviews, praising the themes and acting, but criticizing its action. The movie blew the box office up, making $543 million back on a $178 budget, making it the fourth most successful X-Men film, opening the way for another movie, despite promoting it as the final film. It would eventually lead to X-Men Dark Phoenix. So that was X-Men Apocalypse. These movies are getting boring. I should not be bored when I go to an X-Men film. I should feel excited. I should feel something. The farther along they get, the more boring they are. Thankfully, we're almost done. That being said, thank you for watching. I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome.